Hi, and welcome to the Weather Gurus podcast. It's Valentine's Day, February 14, 2021. And today is a major day for snuggling up with your significant other or partner or your dog or your cat, as it's extremely cold in the southern plains, the Midwest, and into the Intermountain West, as Winter Storm Uri has spreading snow and Arctic air deep into the Midwest and plains area. Listen, we have a major winter storm named Uri that's underway right now. Dallas is 17 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're reporting snow, even snow as far south as Houston, Texas. They're picking up historic snow and ice. Could be 2 to 3 inches of snow just north of Houston, Texas, which is unbelievable, unprecedented. Oklahoma City is 5 degrees Fahrenheit right now and snowing heavily. Dallas, Little Rock's could pick up over 12 to 18 inches of snow between this winter storm and the next winter storm that's coming in on Tuesday and Wednesday of this current week. So this is historic snow that's spreading from the southern Rockies to the southern and central plains. Winds have been gusting over 60 miles an hour in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Winter storm warnings, watches, advisories are everywhere. It's impacting some over 100 million people with this winter storm warning. Right now, Houston, Corpus Christi, Dallas, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, Nashville, New Orleans, Indianapolis, Buffalo, Burlington, Vermont. All of these places are under winter storm warnings for Winter Storm Uri and for Winter Storm Viola, which is just over the Seattle, coming out of the Seattle, Washington area tomorrow, starting tonight. So Sunday night, tonight, snow will expand south and east across Texas while expanding eastward toward the Mississippi and Ohio valleys, including San Antonio, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, the St. Louis, Indianapolis, and Cincinnati. A band of sleet and freezing rain will fall on the southern end of this precipitation Sunday night that will stretch from southern Texas into the Louisiana and lower Mississippi Valley and Tennessee valleys, including Houston, Lake Charles, Jackson, Mississippi, Huntsville, Alabama, Charleston, West Virginia. Monday, we will continue into Monday, the President's Day holiday. Snow, heavy at times, will fall Monday from eastern Texas, from Houston, into Texarkana region, Lake Charles and the Shreveport and the Greenwood, Mississippi. Memphis will pick up on this snow. Tennessee, Nashville, Cincinnati, Ohio, on up into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the Laurel Highlands, and on into the Poconos, the Albany, upstate Capital District, New York, and on into Boston. These areas could see heavy snow on Monday afternoon. The area of freezing rain is going to be confined to the Appalachia areas of West Virginia, up into the highlands of Kentucky and Tennessee, the Cumberland Plateau, and down on into the Delta, just to the south of Jackson, Mississippi, and north of New Orleans on that 10-12 route. Interstate 10 and 12 is going to be absolutely treacherous coming out of Slidell, Louisiana, and heading through Hammond, and all those areas will be treacherous. Power outages are possible in Houston, north of Houston, coming up 35 through Huntsville, Texas, and all those areas, and Dallas, Fort Worth. Power outages could be possible by Monday night, as this period is going to be an extended cold Arctic front here. Winter Storm Uri will finish up in the northeast on Tuesday, providing snow and some ice for parts of upstate New York and the western and northern New England. Rain is expected, however, on the Interstate 95 corridor from Boston to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Much of the snow and ice from the Winter Storm Uri will conclude on Tuesday night. So as you can see, we still have a long way to go with this system. This is a long duration system, and we don't want another repeat of what happened in Fort Worth, as I told you about the other day, with the 100-car pileup on Interstate 35 heading into downtown Fort Worth, what we had because of ice, a quarter-inch of ice on the road. And so we don't want that, a repeat of that. So you might want to take all your preparations and get that done tonight and tomorrow morning before Tuesday, because the snowfall forecast through Monday night calls for 5 to 8 inches of snow stretching from Houston, Shreveport, just north of Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, and Nashville, Tennessee, on into Lexington, Kentucky, and Cincinnati and Covington, Kentucky. That'll be the bullseye for the 5 to 8 inches. Now, Little Rock, Arkansas, Austin, Texas, Oklahoma City, places like that, they'll end up getting 3 inches of this additional snowfall through Monday night. In fact, the last time we had accumulating snow as far south as San Antonio, Texas, and Houston, Texas, that was back in 2017, where the measurable snow fell at Houston's Hobby Airport. That was on December the 7th and 8th, 2017. Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport has not seen an inch or more of snow since early March 2015. And so, as you can see, at least 5 inches of quality snow will be expected in these areas from parts of central and eastern Texas, northeastward to northern Louisiana, and the lower Mississippi and Ohio valleys. And in the northeast, we can expect 5 to 8 inches from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Columbus, Ohio, and Cleveland, up into Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and through the White and Green Mountains and the Tug Hill Plateau of New England. We can expect 5 to 8 inches because of the elevation. This will miss, though, Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia on that I-95 corridor on Tuesday, but they will be getting some rain and some sprinkles. So just be on the lookout for that, as we have Winter Storm Uri that's underway right now. And extreme cold, that's another thing here. Temperatures from Sunday night to Monday night, 20 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit below normal in places like Omaha, Nebraska, Denver, Colorado, Lubbock, Texas, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Houston, McAllen, San Antonio, Kansas City, Missouri. St. Louis was 5 degrees Fahrenheit today. All of these places are facing 20 to 40 degrees below normal temperatures. And this will continue for our friends in Minneapolis and all up and around the area as well, as this polar air is locked into here at least through Wednesday morning. And so that's something to be bundled up if you're going outside. You don't want to get frostbite. These are absolutely dangerously cold temperatures through Tuesday morning. And it's here to stay. Now, as far as world weather news, well, not world weather news, but local weather news, lightning delays to start of the Daytona 500 race for our NASCAR fans. More delays are in store as a heavy band of rain is stretching along Florida's coast from the Tampa Bay area, all the way north through Gainesville, Florida, Ocala, Florida, Palm Coast, St. Augustine, and down into Flagler County and Daytona Beach and Volusia County. There's some strong storms that are coming in, thunderstorms that are developing, and tonight they had a tornado risk, a torcon risk of 3 out of 10, and there was a funnel cloud spotted in Verano Beach, or just south of St. Augustine in Florida on the Treasure Coast there, the first coast. And so these storms will continue throughout the atmosphere, to fire out through the atmosphere throughout the daylight hours here of Sunday. So the drier conditions are expected tonight, but there will be showers and thunderstorms through 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so I guess the race will be concluding after that into the nighttime hours for the Daytona Beach 500 NASCAR race down there. So just something to keep in mind that we want to talk about. There is also some other news here. Temperature bottoms out at 61 degrees below zero in northwestern Canadian town of Wikawiti in the Northwest Territories. 61 degrees below zero. This is the lowest recorded temperature in the country since 2017, according to the Environmental Canada Weather Service. Unbelievably cold sub-zero temperatures due to the polar vortex that is extending all the way from Canada all the way down to the Houston Galveston Bay coast, as we said before. Some cities in the United States broke records. In Montana, 28 below. In Livingston, Montana, the old record was 23 below. Rapid City, South Dakota, 24 below, negative 24. The old record was negative 16 Fahrenheit. Hastings, Nebraska, they broke a record. They got down to 11 below yesterday morning, and the old record was 7 below, negative 7. And Russell, Kansas got down to 1 below, negative 1. The old record was 3 degrees above Fahrenheit. And so all of these records are beating overnight lows here. And as a matter of fact, consecutive hours below zero. International Falls has spent 207 hours below zero as of Friday morning. That's just unbelievable cold. And, it's unbelievable cold, stretching all the way down to McAllen, Texas, and the Mexican border. That's how cold this air mass is. This polar air mass that came from the North Pole all the way into North America. And the last in the world news that I want to talk about today is that there was an earthquake in Japan. 7.1 earthquake shakes Japan and triggers a landslide. It was centered down there just to the 64 miles from the Ishinomaki Miyagi Prefecture of Japan. And if you remember, Miyagi Prefecture was the same prefecture that had the Fukushima plant in that area too as well, the Fukushima nuclear plant in that area. So it is unbelievable. A 7.1 major earthquake. Epicenter of the earthquake 56 miles northeast of Naimi, Japan, along the coast of the Fukushima prefecture. Heavy shaking was reported in Sendai, with light shaking reporting as far south as Tokyo. No tsunami warnings were needed across the Pacific Ocean basin after the center of the quake occurred 22 miles deep in the Earth's crust. A very deep quake this time. The deeper the earthquake, the less chances are there for a tsunami to impact the area. Now, we have several aftershocks coming in from 4.3 to 5.3 magnitude on the Richter scale after the initial event. The earthquake triggered a landslide which spilled onto the Joban Expressway that's near Soma City in the Fukushima prefecture. No injuries are reported as of Saturday night, local time there, but there was a small leak observed in the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant, Unit 1, according to NHK reports there, the news service there. But no abnormalities have been reported at other nuclear plants in Fukushima and Okinawa, according to Chief Cabinet Secretary Katsunobu Kato at a press conference. So, 950,000 households were without power in the Tokyo Electric Power Company and Tohoku Electric Power Service areas as of Saturday night, local time. But we're just thankful train service has been suspended. Water is leaking from some of the buildings. But we're just thankful that there wasn't too much fatalities in the situation. But rainfall, 25 to 50 millimeters, 1 to 2 inches. Is coming through these islands here from Fukuoka in southern Japan, through Osaka, up through Tokyo and Yokohama, into Sendai. So flash flooding, mudslides, gusty winds, rough seas, and sea effect snow to follow for Hokkaido and northern Japan, and those areas where they get a bunch of snow. They average at least 180 to 100 inches of snow a year up there in Hokkaido and northern Japan. So even though the earthquake is past, it's going to be very hard for recovery because they're going to be experiencing a bunch of rain and heavy sea effect snow showers along the coast of the Sea of Japan in the second half of the week, coming up past Valentine's Day and Monday and Tuesday. So into Wednesday and Thursday, you can expect those snow showers in Hokkaido and Sapporo of northern Japan. But in the meantime, for everyone else south of there, from Sendai to Tokyo, Osaka, Fukushima, down there, heavy rain showers. So watch out for mudslides. Be careful. Gusty winds for our friends in those areas of Japan. Well, this has been your world weather update and national weather update by the Weather Guru. Please be sure to subscribe, share this podcast with your friends and family for the pure, unadulterated love of weather and weather news and weather forecasting. Thank you very much. This is the Weather Guru signing off.